My name is Roy, GM of the Vancouver Titans, and today I'll look at New Queen Street against Toronto in the Battle of Canada we played in the Countdown Cup. Toronto Defiant. So, just a little bit of context. We are basically out of play-ins. We have 3 matches left in the season. It's a pretty hard schedule for us in Countdown Cup overall. We had Gladiators and Dallas before, got 3-0'd in both matches. It's not the greatest matter for us so far, especially that first week in Countdown Cup was very rough on us. Against Dallas, the match before Toronto, it was a bit closer, even though it was a 3-0. We played it a lot better, and I think we found something we're more comfortable with. But generally, yeah, we are out of any play-in contention. We are just playing for fun, playing to win, and playing for our own ego, not for any prize money or tournaments or anything. So, but now we go into New Queen Street. It's one of our best maps this season. It might be the best map this season, actually, in terms of scrims and matches, both. Where this map generally, we know how to use the infrastructure, we know how to use positions, and even though metas and comps change, it doesn't change too much about where you should hold and where you should be with most characters, especially since Sojourn is still a thing. And we are still playing somewhat of a brawl, rush, meta composition thing. So let's just start it right here. Like I said, we're on the Zarya with Falls. We play Sojourn Genji and the Luciana very brawly. Meanwhile, Toronto, we expected them to mirror, but they ended up playing the Brick instead of Lucio, and they play Sombra instead of Sojourn. So it's not quite a mirror. Still, the start pretty similar. Both teams are trying to take space. It's a lot about finding where the Sombra is and hoping that she can't get to your backline. And watching Dior ads is amazing. Okay, we're out of the ad space, but yeah, Sojourn Sombra ends up being behind us like expected. Masa did a good job there finding out and like keeping her away. Meanwhile, our DPS line was able to just get their supports very early on. And New Queen Street, or push in general, is similar to Control, where if you win the first fight, you're in a very good spot for the rest of the map, especially if you win the second fight, which is the one coming up. No ultimates yet, so it's still neutral fights. We have all the decision making when it comes to where we want to hold, and generally there's not much favoritism in this spot, but still we are in a better place because they have to contest the card. They have to contest the robot, and they have to send their Genji in, which ends up having to dash out, and then Aspire just gets like 2 nice right-click headshots, and we end up winning a fight. And like I said, 2 fight wins without any ultimates used is a big deal. We are in a good spot. We have a bunch of ultimates coming up. They have like 2 coming up. If we do well here and counter the EMP, then it's very good for us. King almost overextended. There's the EMP. Master's ult is a little bit late, but generally he's doing a very good job this whole series in countering EMPs. I think it's one of Master's best performances probably recently. We do really well here. They use the Genji ult first. King is using his ult more to zone and to bait, but their Genji ends up overextending. Finale's Genji not the greatest in my opinion, and we were able to bait him in, get an easy kill, and just with the Genji ult win this fight. Like, we did really well there. If you look at it, like I said, 3 ults, they have the EMP. It's all about how we can stay apart, but we even kill the Sombra before anything. You see False uses a very smart Zarya ult, which is just on the tank. It's great to focus someone down and just kill a single person. It's not as flashy, but it is probably one of the best ways you can use Zarya ults. I really love the idea of just getting an easy kill, because one kill in Overwatch 2 is worth a lot, and you almost win the fight just by that one kill. So still 2 ultimates, almost 3. There's the EMP, Master's ultimate is not quite there. But what we do is, because we know they have EMP, is we just run in on them, and we actually were able to get 2 kills before they were able to commit. So us, again, being fast on the trigger there, very, very good playing that comp. We want to be fast, we want to be brawly. They obviously want something similar, but we were just better in that situation. Now we have 1 ultimate, almost 3 coming up. If we are able to poke a little bit more, it should be really good for us. But generally this is a very hard spot to win, especially because of Zarya ult. Zarya uses her ult here really well. As you can see here, yeah, our team is falling back now. That means it's just a waste of time for them to push the bot back into the neutral position. We can decide where we want to fight. Unfortunately, if you look at the ultimate economy though, we are pretty far away from most of our ults. It's not too concerning again because we have a big lead, but it's just about not panicking right now, because they might win the next fight. What we decided to do is go in early with the blade. Again, not a lot of value, very, very low value. Both Genjis in this series, or at least on this map, did almost nothing. Like, I think in the end we should have not used the Genji ult early there, or maybe used it differently, wait for them to push the bot a bit more, but it's okay. Like I said, we have a big lead, they have a lot of ultimates coming, so it's about not panicking. We don't want to use ults here, we are okay losing the next fight or 2. They'll probably have to invest. There's the Zarya ult from them. False dice early, that's okay, just try to trade. If we can't get a trade, that's okay too, just farm your ultimates. We are not able to kill anyone, I think, or maybe we get one, no. We didn't kill anyone, they just had to use Zarya ult falls for them coming up. We are at 2 right now, and it is a little bit concerning again with ult economy, but we are still in an okay place, where we have 2 more fights. At least 2 more fights where we can just farm ults and bait out theirs. So as long as we play this smartly, we should be good. They'll probably have to invest early here. They actually hold fairly close. And the unfortunate thing that happens is that Hisu gets a right-click headshot on King very early, and that means that they just had to use this 1 ult to actually win the fight. Ideally we would have wanted them to use like some more stuff, use at least 2, maybe the nano with it, but the good thing that we do is that we don't invest anything else. The crazy thing from them is they use the Genji ult very early. We are just able to counter it with Masa's beat, and now we actually take that opportunity from them making the Genji mistake to try and win out the fight on the map. They still had more ultimates though, so they're able to trade, but trading is okay for us. I think it's the 2nd time that Vancouver ever won against Toronto. I was involved in both of those matches on either side. The first one was with Toronto, now with the Titans, and it's great because, like I said, there's not much for us to play for this season, but if we can play against our Canadian rivals, then why not do that? Make their life a little bit harder going into the rest of the season and the postseason. I think we did really well in this match. We played to, again, our strength of brawling a lot, going in first, going in hard, and we actually used our ultimates well. I think, in my opinion, Master did a really good job this match, just countering EMPs. I think there was rarely any EMP in the whole match that he wasn't able to counter, especially on Icon and some other places. False was playing very smartly on the Zarya. I think overall it's just comfort picks for every single of our players, and that ends up getting us the victory here. And it means that we have 2 more matches to look forward to, and I think even if we are out of the postseason, at least we can play for ourselves.